What's good, YouTube? Yo, welcome to another video about VTubers. I think I reacted to this guy before. The video's called The Most Hated VTubers. I don't know if it's a re-upload, because I thought he already made this video. The thumbnail seemed very similar. But hey, whatever, bro. It got uploaded 6 days ago, so alright, let's hop in.
So I've become somewhat of a scholar in VTubers as of recently. Don't worry, it was completely involuntary. I wouldn't condone the knowledge I've absorbed being put on anyone else.
Yeah.
Since their first conception in 2016 and later popularity in 2019 to 2020, which has carried it all the way to the present day, where like endless mitosis, they've reproduced to the point where they are everywhere. There's a VTuber for every animal almost. I'm still waiting on a water bear VTuber though, or one that is inspired by a slot machine that has a gambling addiction. I feel like I'd resonate with them very well. But
there's no way that doesn't exist yet. There's no way that doesn't exist yet.
Due to its popularity, there are a range of VTubing personalities. Some more reserved and safe for work, some at the other side of the spectrum, and then some you'd think were on a different type of spectrum. Whatever the fuck this is.
I'm hungry! Treat! I'll do a backflip for a treat! I'll do a backflip for a treat!
They make content, they stream, some have
They make content, alright? What the hell was that?
their own lore better than any of the latest Marvel movies. They have their own meet and greets at events. They even have their own concerts which sell a lot of tickets. The internet is infatuated with VTubers, and VTubing is accessible to anyone. If you can fork out the money for a VTubing model with multiple toggles and features, like a tit slider and jiggle physics, which is essentially like jingling keys for the absolute gooners of the VTuber audience.
Nah, I disagree. Anyone can become a VTuber. All you need is like a picture. That's it. And you have a picture that's active and a picture that's non-active. So, like, it can be very easy. All right. Like, I don't think VTubing is very hard for anyone, to be honest. It's certainly a lot cheaper. That's for sure. God damn, bro.
However, VTubing has become slightly oversaturated over the years.
With the picture, of course. I'm not talking about the full-on 3D model with like all these accessories and animations and all that. Right? I'm just talking about the PNG tuber, as they're called, right?
And it is hard to differentiate yourself from the sheer amount of VTubers that there is. But apart from that, VTubing comes with a lot of benefits over their fleshy counterparts, like being able to say the most abhorrent and viscous statements with complete anonymity.
Where's your fucking art degree, buddy? Where's your fucking art degree? Oh, you have one? Okay, Hitler.
Probably due to the sheer popularity and benefits of being a VTuber, you can now find many other content creators adopting their own VTuber personality. But with the vast amount of people partaking in such format, with a variety of personalities and opinions, it's only natural that some VTubers would be favoured over others and some just outright hated. This brings me to the topic of today's video. One of the most hated VTubers that recently can't seem to catch a break, someone that had the complete opposite reputation only a few years ago.
Oh, we're talking about Nux again? Really? Because last video you talked about Nux and it was such a non-issue, like... Whatever. Let's lay it on me, bro.
And someone I've spoken about before but never really in depth, Nux Taku.
Alright.
Seen as Gunpei has recently removed herself from the internet due to people finding out that she wasn't in fact single and dating all her audience, which was a parasocial degeneracy.
What? That's crazy, dude. I never knew that. What? Yo, imagine lying about your relationship. It's not like, I don't know, 80% or 90% of like Instagram models do that all the time, or female YouTubers or female streamers. Like, what? Epper likes to post Nazi stuff enough to get your server to get banned. Please just ban him. What?
She even invited them to send dick pics as part of the girlfriend experience, but she's gone now. And probably has.
What? That's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. She only gets away with that because she's a woman. Like, not even trying to be sexist or anything. Like, that's just straight facts, bro. If it turned out that was like a dude VTuber that was like asking titty pics and like pussy pics and booty pics from like his audience, bro, he will be on behind bars yesterday, bro. Like, crazy.
A solid terabyte of uncut penis on her hard drive, and that one other VTuber really doesn't count in this category because most people still don't know they exist, which is partially a good thing. So the title now falls on Nux, as in recent years he's been regarded to be one of the most hated VTubers, and still to this day gets shit like a public outhouse more.
I think Rev got him beat though, honestly. And considering Hero Hiei also is getting in more into the VTubing stuff, he's also on that list, I think, because, well, they talk about drama and stuff, you know? And, I mean, Nux does the same thing, you know? Like, they're kind of in the same boat.
More than any other VTuber. But who is Nux Taku? How did he become so hated? And does he deserve it?
Yeah, I would like to know that, yeah.
So people decide to try to cancel me on Twitter for some reason because they're jealous of my incredible success.
So for one of the most hated VTubers, you'd have probably expected this man to have spawned straight from the spread cheeks of Nurgle, with malice and hate as his prerogative. Which isn't that far from the truth. Nux originally started posting on the internet in 2015 with anime-based videos which cannot relate to in any way. Anybody that has ever made such content should be lined up and shot with hollow point 7.62 rounds, but I digress. Nux had made his start on the internet making primarily anime-targeted content, which people actually loved. A major critique against Nux from previous fans seems to be that they enjoyed it when he just made anime-themed content rather than the content he would later
Yeah, but the user has changed, okay? Good content doesn't get rewarded anymore on YouTube, alright? Good content takes time to make. Good content takes effort to make, right? But the equivalent between good content and time sensitive content is such a huge difference, bro. Like, talking about drama, talking about recent events, uploading multiple videos a day, that is what the YouTube algorithm wants. That's how you grow the quickest, and that is just how it is. And the video that he used to make took like hours, if not weeks, to edit, you know? Like, obviously he got editors eventually, right? But that still took a while to edit, and it's just not feasible. Also, if you are a streamer, you don't have time to edit, and then, well, you still can have an editor, right? But making like these analysis is just gonna take time and out of the streaming time, right? Or you have to like do it besides. Like, I get why he stopped doing what he did, because first of all, YouTube algorithm likes the content that he makes now, right? Whether it is prerogative, or insensitive or triggering or whatever, right? YouTube likes accounts to keep uploading like multiple days or multiple times a day if possible, right? That's how you grow. On top of that, like all the other growth methods, you know, I'm not here to like, you know, discuss that. If you want that video from me, I don't know why you would want that, because I'm the smallest YouTuber, but anyway. So the reason why he changed, and most people changed, first of all, he got older, okay? Interests change, mindsets change, personality change. Like, it's been like 7 years, what is saying? Yeah, 7 years. Like, in 7 years, you change as a person, okay? Whether you want to believe that or not, it just happens, okay? You start to think differently, you act differently, you start to understand things differently, you know? Like, your brain develops in different ways other than like physical development, you know? And you know, he just changed what kind of videos he makes and what he likes to make and what he cares about. And I understand why people thought, you know, I liked him better when he did this, when he was controversial free, blah blah blah, right? I totally understand why people say that, but it's just not something feasible, bro. Like, yes, there are YouTubers that do the exact same thing for years and years and years and years and never change. But do you watch those YouTubers because they have a personality, or do you watch those YouTubers because they play a specific game or genre, or talk about a specific topic every single time? You know what I mean? Nux Taku is a personality channel. And what I mean by that is this guy is the content, if that makes sense. He is not the top. He doesn't... people don't care about what he talks about. People care that he talks, if that makes sense, right? And I think that's the best way to have a YouTube channel. Because if you're stuck in a specific genre or topic or game, and you try to venture outside of that, eventually you'll cut back up if you are interested enough. But you're kind of like boxing yourself in to like this gimmick or like this game. And for your sanity's sake, I don't think it's the healthiest that you're just some dude that talks about one thing. Unless you really love it, right? It's totally fine, right? But personally, I don't think that is the best you can do. So yeah, anyway, continue.
Shift 2, but we'll talk about that later. But in the current time frame, the gravy train was not ending for Nux. He collaborated with many content creators doing the same niche he was, that at the time held a lot of influence on the platform. And he even eventually reached over 1 million subscribers by 2019. Just once again doing anime content, and conveniently around the same time, by his own words, somehow got cancelled for the first time in the year of 2020, which...
Was that... Let me see if I remember. I think that was because of the Bakugo spoiler, right?
Was one of the first of many to come, and honestly, to Nux's credit, he has withstood a lot of them. You cannot take it away from him. Dude has tanked controversies even though sometimes it's down to his own actions. But his first cancellation, in his own words, was due to comments he made towards animes and anime characters. Yeah, we must have been very bored in 2020. And one of the comments that put him under scrutiny was when he referred to male anime characters that presented themselves as feminine under the title of traps.
Yeah, because they are. That's the whole genre. That's the whole joke. What you mean? He got cancelled for that? Really?
Which I discovered recently has become a slur. Thank you for the 2020 slur patch.
It's now a slur. Trap is a slur. We're going backwards, man. We're going fucking backwards. Oh my days. Wow.
That's 5 years later. And to be honest, I haven't heard anyone use the word trap in a while.
Alright, we're gonna start using trap again, alright? Let's get rid of this whole fanboy bullshit, okay? Let's get rid of this whole shit. It is now a trap. Alright, we're gonna start calling it trap again just because this shit is so stupid, man. What the hell?
The second thing he was accused of was being racist because he pronounced Full Metal Alchemist like this. And the
yeah, it's just a funny thing. Just God, man, people are so dumb, man. Always racist because he vuren met de Eucharist. Like, he's just trying to make it seem like it's more flair to it, man. He just wants to it's a running joke too, like, whatever.
Third thing was that he was sexist for talking about anime female characters in a negative way. But sorry to say, Sakura is a fucking useless character. I had to say it. She would have been more useful as a shuriken shield than anything else in the story. But out of...
Now, I disagree. I don't like Sakura as a character, per se. I don't think she brings a lot to the story. But that's a lot of characters in the story, right? But I do think that for a character that is the main character in the show, and yes, Sakura is a main character. We saw her grow. We saw her venture out to the same way like Sasuke and Naruto were doing. You know, that like they both were getting trained by 3 Sannin from the Hidden Leaf, right? We both saw their progression in their training and all that. So yes, Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto, all 3 of these guys are main characters, okay? Whether you want to believe that or not, they are, in fact, the main character. Anyways, I think they started great with Shippuden. Like, the fight against the puppet guy, like, I thought that was great, bro. That was one of the best peak moments Sakura ever had. And then, well, it's just sad, honestly. I think if Sakura was a character in a show for, I don't know, like Fire Force, no, not Fire Force, what's that, Black Clover, like Black Clover has really good writing, for side characters. I'm drawing a blank, but there's a bunch of, like anime with very solid side characters and just very good, opportunities for characters that aren't always in the spotlight. And I think Naruto falls short in that aspect. But regardless, Sakura is not a bad character. It's just a bad execution of a character.
All the controversies that Nux would later have, this one was by far the least impactful on his online reputation.
Duh.
Nux's response to these allegations and critiques gives you a good example on Nux's online persona, which has persisted even to this present day. He kind of just told them to go f*** themselves.
Yeah.
And he clammed on the people hating on him.
Yeah.
He clarified he wasn't in the wrong because the majority of the time he was just talking about anime characters.
Yep.
I don't think I did anything that warrants an apology, and therefore I, Lord D. Nuxanor, will not be apologizing.
God. Oh, man. He's a character, man. And I can't say I hate him, honestly.
This is the persona a lot of people revered him for. He was someone that had relatively no
Oh my god, this YouTuber. Oh, he got a backbone. We cannot throw insults and labels at him and he doesn't burn and break down? Oh no, our only weapon doesn't work. Oh, what do we do now?
filter and was certainly unapologetic for it. He was loud, energetic, satirical, and in his own words, he just loved the chaos and just flexing on the haters. That is also a term I haven't heard for a while. People loved this about him. It was somewhat
Yes!
a breath of fresh air for the
Exactly!
time, which to many's horror, someone with the same characteristics and significantly less apologetic was about to become popular around the same time. But all of what I've just mentioned was before he even became a VTuber. He actually...
Cap, he has always been a VTuber. Alright, stop changing the definition of VTuber, right? VTuber is a virtual YouTuber. If you personify yourself as a virtual image, you are a VTuber. Maphead is a VTuber, okay? He was the original VTuber, alright? Get it right. He has always been a VTuber.
He only debuted as a VTuber in 2021, which mentioned before was around the boom of VTubing. Before his debut, he was like a 2D VTuber of sorts, using his character that looked like a black tar heroin version of Sans from Undertale. But he was never considered a VTuber.
No, he is the... Oh, God. Wait, yeah, he is Sans. My bad. Never mind. I was thinking about something else. Never mind. Yeah.
That day of early 2021. And compared to other VTubing models, it did get its fair share of criticism. It didn't track very well. Sometimes his lips didn't collaborate very well with what he was saying. People once again thought he was just a Sans Undertale clone. And where were the big boobers and tit sliders? Disgraceful. But many of his fans actually loved it.
Yeah.
He collaborated very well with his online personality and content, but after this he did start to stray away from his anime themed content, with VTuber related videos and general trends at the time. Like I gave X amount to a starving Serbian child, and he even threw a few songs in there as well. But with his new type of content, he started to receive a lot more attention. Even with the disagreement from his older fans.
He broadened his horizon. He spun out of his box, which was talking about anime, which he loves, at least back when he did it, right? He used to say that he loves that, right? And I highly doubt he fell out of love with anime, but he just broadened his horizon, and now he is more, I don't know, he has more reach. He has reach in like VTubing now. He has reach in drama. He has reach in like he has all these different topics, different genres. Like he's putting it all. He got all the Infinity Stones right now. Okay, like he is complete.
He managed to reach 2 million subscribers and even collaborated with the top echelons of YouTube, like Some Ordinary Gamers, Moist Critical, Umperville, and Lost Paws, who I feel like I haven't seen in a while, and obviously other VTubers.
Well, he's not really Lost Paws anymore. He's also become a VTuber, but I haven't really seen anything from him, to be honest. I used to watch him back in the day, like old school, when he just did silly. How you say this? He just did silly light novel playthroughs, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, and I used to watch. I thought it was funny. I like this content. I probably don't anymore because I'm matured. I'm not 15 anymore. I am now 25. So yeah, it's just different.
YouTubers like Bao and Iron Mouse. He even started a podcast in 2021 with Umperbill and Mutaha, just talking about things that happened on the internet. And even though his older fans criticised him, his content had changed drastically, and he wasn't everybody's cup of tea. All of this was outweighed by the support and positivity for him. However, due to a number of controversies regarding his own actions, the tide of positivity quickly turned against him.
Wait, he's not a fat neckbeard? That's actually Nux Taku? What? I didn't know he did a body reveal. I always thought it was a fat guy. I genuinely thought that shit was real, bro. Like, my mental image of this man was just some fat dude. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, alright? It's just what I thought it was, Okay.
Him. And in the current day, he doesn't collaborate with many YouTubers like he used to. His content has mainly evolved into just slop reaction content. Oh, sorry, wrong channel. And on his second channel, he's dived into politics, which has also landed him in hot water, and many of the people that were once close to him have seemingly distanced themselves from him. Many address him now with either infamy or outright hate, which is very polarizing when compared to his previous years on the platform. But what are these controversies, and does he deserve a reputation that is essentially on the same level as a urinal cake marinated in piss?
Probably not.
What I'm trying to make here is, for some reason, I became the goddamn enemy numero uno.
Now, probably one of the first major and most confusing controversies Nux faced was in 2021 with VShoujo, conveniently not long after he debuted.
Oh yeah, that was dumb. That was so stupid, bro.
VShoujo is a VTubing agency with many of the juggernauts of the VTubing scene under their belt, like Iron Mouse, Project Melody, Zentreya, Fruit, and many more being added to this day. However, even before the events occurred, Nux and the talent of VShoujo...
There's like a roster of a gacha game, bro.
Iron Mouse, Project Melody, Zentreya, Fruit, and many more.
Like, look at this, bro. VShoujo, the new gacha game. Quick, we gotta pull for Iron Mouse and whoever this thick motherfucker is, bro.
Being added to this day. However, even before the events occurred, Nux and the talent of VShoujo were on good terms. They created content together, interacted in the cesspool that is Twitter, and just all around seemed to have a good relationship. However, in 2021, somebody was targeting VShoujo, pretending to be VShoujo in order to gather VTubers' personal information to harass, dox, and even swat them. Some of the emails appeared like they were coming from VShoujo recruitment, and one specifically was sent to an indie VTuber, where they essentially thought their dreams were coming true, and they were asked to join VShoujo, but first they would have to put all their information in.
Yeah. Like, I'm not blaming this person for being this dumb. I really don't. But boy, was this dumb. Like, crazy dumb.
In which the police then showed up to their house because they had just been swatted. Nux had received the same email, but he knew it wasn't VShoujo. He got in contact with the VShoujo management team and cybersecurity team to tell them what was happening and that potentially more VTubers are going to fall victim to this, but VShoujo was already aware this was happening and were doing their own investigation. Nux began his own investigation by providing the wrong information to the email so they would contact him, and at one point they even flexed they had his information.
Yep.
Discord server for some reason, which was provided to Nux by one of his apparent fans.
There's sources of info that I got, which are kind of hilarious. This dude was flexing that he got my real name and phone number, which he didn't, and he was posting it in his Discord servers, and one of the people in the Discord server that he was posting it was a fan of mine.
Nux was working on a full video covering this topic and spreading awareness about it. The VShoujo's cybersecurity team and management knew about this video being made.
Yep.
Were communicating directly with Nux about the video.
Yep.
Through things like Discord, and he even showed them the video before it was released.
Yep.
This also involved one of the VShoujo talents that was never named.
Someone is out there impersonating VShoujo, the massive VTuber group. They tried to steal my info, dox me, and swat me, and they've successfully done this to many, many other VTubers. This is not.
Now, to Nux's credit, the video promptly spread awareness about the situation, essentially saving more indie VTubers that would want to join VShoujo, and just spreading awareness about general cybersecurity etiquette. Yes, if you received an email from Jerknet saying you're the top 1% of Jerkers, and they want to deliver your own personal golden encrusted fleshlight, they just need you to fill out all your personal information, they were probably lying to you. But you'd
What? Jerked off for nothing.
People would rejoice at such a positive thing Nux had done. Yes, people did initially praise him for this video. Shoujo also thanked him.
Yep.
One of the perpetrators allegedly had their information turned over to the police, but the positive acclamations for Nux quickly turned when many of the VShoujo VTubers publicly criticized Nux for making a video on the topic with allegations levied against him of being a clout chaser and potentially putting them in danger. But
how do you put people in danger? By explaining what is dangerous. I've never understood this whole drama, bro. That was so retarded, bro. Actually retarded. Yeah, you see, there's like this fake VShoujo hackers, and they're trying to get your information. Don't do that. And then these retards are like, maybe you shouldn't upload this video. This could be very dangerous. It would put people in danger. Like, bro. What? Like, critical thinking is a gift at this point, man. Like, it's actually like a seventh sense. Like, what the hell were these people thinking? Like, look at what they're saying. When multiple people tell you not to upload something in concern of their own safety, you don't. Bro, VShoujo themselves said this video is okay. You can upload this. Then this motherfucker says, asking for you to take down because I feel my safety was in trouble and for you to go to the company and ask for numerous terms and conditions in return. It's not friendship? What? 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 Even Iron Mouse, bro. I'm so disappointed in you and hurt that you are doing this when you full well know what truly was going on. We asked you to take it down. We told you we feared for our safety. I didn't care. Safety from what? Telling that something is dangerous, that people are trying to hack others, that people are trying to dox them in like a disguise in VShoujo. Whenever you get this email, don't respond to it. It's like handing somebody a gun and say, yo, if you shoot yourself in the head, you die. And then they shoot themselves in the head! Like, what? I'm sorry, but I'm getting too, like, triggered because of this shit, because, oh my days, this is so dumb. And the fact that a person like Iron Mouse as well, like, oh my days, bro, like, I don't know who these people are, but like, Iron Mouse, like, one of the most biggest VTubers should know better than this, man.
But the fact that many
so
of the
dumb.
team had apparently told him not to make the video, but he did so anyway, and many of them just wanted the video removed, in which it was 3 days later. Now, it's important to note that within the video, none of the VShoujo members were mentioned directly. The only other VTuber mentioned in the video was Saki, who was the victim that got swatted, and in fact responded positively to the video being...
Wow, the person who actually got endangered? was grateful for what he did. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that, bro. Regarding Vjojo's recent statement, the one statement that stuck out to me as being an entire lie was the one starting they provided support and help to me in ways they could. After getting information from me, they have ignored any attempts I made to contact them since. So I'm gonna say BS. So this person, Saki, he reached out to Vjojo, saying, I got hacked by impersonators of your thing, right? And they ignored her, right? Which I kind of get, because what the fuck is Vjojo going to do about it? You know, like, if I somehow, right, if you get a DM or an email from me, right, and it states, yo, I don't know, I'm gonna give you 20 million, right? And all I need is your credit card information, and you send me your credit card information, and it's a scammer, and you email or you message me directly, the real me, right? And you say, yo, I just got scammed by somebody who tried to be you. What's my ass supposed to do? What? Like, it's terrible that you fell for it, right? It's horrible. But how is my ass supposed to do something about that? You know? Like, I get why you contact them, kind of, but you should contact the police or something. Like, the problem here is this situation is very difficult to solve. It is very difficult to solve. I don't know what kind of information she gave. If it was her whole, like, ID and everything, like, her whole like, identity is, like, you know, pretty much, stolen, right? Like, that's terrible. It's horrible, right? It is also kind of her own fault, right? But it's terrible. But what is Vjojo gonna do against that? Like, that's what I don't get, right?
Made, so the only way this would put Vjojo talent in danger would be inspiring other people to do the same. But Vjojo knew about it, even one of them.
Yeah, but that's a whole stupid argument, because this is like saying, I don't know, I can't really think of a good example right now. Hold on. This is like saying, yo, this substance is flammable. If you put a flame to it, you catch on fire, right? And then, well, the fact that you told us that it's flammable and it's dangerous and can catch on fire, that will make people try it. Like, you know the danger, bro. You know the danger. I explained the danger. Like, what? Like, oh, but now people are gonna make more scam emails that you shouldn't fall for. What? How are people? I don't know, man. Like, listen, it's stupid. All right, the people that are against this whole video and this whole situation are dumb. Okay, the only reason why they think they're not dumb is because they weren't thinking straight.
The members was in the Discord with the cybersecurity team and Nux. And once again, they thanked him and even provided an official statement at the end of the video. But it appears the Vjojo talent were not informed about this at all.
So what? Why would they be informed about this at all? They were not directly addressed. They were not part of the situation. Why would they, like, this is like saying, oh, I work for McDonald's and it wasn't, nobody told me that the stock market for McDonald's plummeted by 20%. Like, what the fuck? Like, why wasn't I informed about it? Like, no, you work at McDonald's. You're not the company. You're a fucking employee. Like, I don't know.
Hence why a lot of them were denouncing Nux's video. And to make things worse, Vjojo management deleted their thank you to Nux, and then went with a narrative that they always told him never to make the video. And everyone proceeded to pile on Nux.
Yeah, that was so dumb, bro. And the fact that Vjojo just put a knife in his back making him like take all the blame for everything is crazy, bro.
Now, if you've been stunlocked, it's no surprise all of this is very confusing, but to break this down for you like SpaghettiOs, this is basically a tale of poor communication, where the VShojo members were not told beforehand about this, except for the one VShojo member that was in the group apparently. The VShojo team thought they communicated directly to Nux that they didn't want this video to be made, with only 2 instances, one before he even started the video, and 2 when they were actively helping him with the video, where they didn't tell him directly to not make the video, and even thanked him for it. But when the VShojo talent had problems with it, they then withdrew their thanks, and once again reinstated their stance they never wanted him to make this video, despite once again being informed and having some part in it. They also expressed concerns about the one person he called a fan, who was the one that told him they were leaking the fake information, that they were a part of the attack and could be feeding him misinformation. That is the bare bones of what happened.
What? Oh yeah, you see, there's this scammer, and he got his information, and I'm telling you that because I am part of the plot. Huh? What?
And Nux was facing a mountain of backlash for it, even though his heart was in the right place and he did inform the group. I just wanted to bring light to this situation to prevent any further victims. He kind of just got thrown under the bus due to an apparent miscommunication with him and the cybersecurity and management team of VShojo. But when the dust settled, Nux just wanted to move on. And all parties apologized, including the VShojo VTubers. But for his first major controversy, he received a lot of backlash for this, even though, once again, his heart was in the right place. And the real problem was...
No, he didn't do anything wrong. That's what happens. People just be bitching about nothing.
People
idiots
and swatting people. But the next one is something I've spoken about before, so I'll give you the cliff notes. But it's one that Nux regards as his biggest mistake, and one that took around 2 years to somewhat conclude.
And I made a huge up. Without hyperbole, this was the biggest mistake of my career, and I am deeply, deeply sorry for spreading misinformation.
A fellow VTuber by the name of Tiger had a document created about them alleging they were a predator. The document was produced by individuals that were previous mods and stalkers of Tiger. And in 2022, Nux made a video with Moist Critical going over VTuber drama. Moist didn't know about a lot of these VTubers or dramas, and the video was essentially Nux giving a tour through the many controversies of the VTuber community and explaining them. However, he does eventually get to Tiger and says he doesn't know much about the situation, but then continues to convey the message they were a predator. And
the overall consensus at the time. Again, he did nothing wrong. He didn't even... Alright, I already talked about this in my last video where I reacted to this guy. Good video, by the way. I love this guy's videos. Like, it's very good, concise, and everything like that. But, like, I already talked about this. I'll put it in the description, maybe. I don't know.
And with someone like Moist Critical in the video, a lot of people saw it.
Money. Is this HoloLive?
No. Taiga is an indie streamer who, I don't know the whole story, but Taiga was outed to be a pedophile.
Yeah. How he said it? Outed as. So, overall concession was that he was a pedophile. Later on, turned out he wasn't, which is great, obviously, but he just conveyed the information that was available at the time. I still don't see anything wrong with it. I really don't.
Now, Tiger was exonerated from these claims.
Yeah, exactly.
Months later, and Nux did pin a comment regarding the Tiger situation under the video, and he even removed that part in the video. He also apologized privately to Tiger for this, but many thought the damage was already done. 6 months later, Nux brings up the situation on his podcast, once again saying he messed up, and he was going off the information what other people told him, and that once again he had privately apologized for this.
Like, I alleged it also because a friend told me.
Yeah, but how is this any different than seeing a tweet with misinformation on Twitter? This is such like such a small thing, man. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's actually crazy.
And I regret it because he, you know, I don't know if it's true. He ended up coming back with some sort of response. I don't know, this guy Bungo Taiga, and I apologized to him privately that I even alleged something like that, and like because a friend told me.
Now you would think this is where it would end. Nux somewhat apologised and learned his lesson that, you know, you should verify information before voicing it, especially when it's a serious allegation.
It was verified though. Like, people, bro, he only, listen, I don't need to, want to repeat this every single time, but he only conveyed the information that was available at the time. The majority of people thought he was, so that's what he explained to Moist Critical, right? That's the same thing as whenever somebody asks, what happened to Taiga? And then the majority of people would respond, oh, he is a pedophile, right? Whether that was correct or not, which it wasn't, right? And I'm glad he got out of the accusations, because false pedophile allegations and all that, that's terrible. I would hate to have anyone happen to that to happen, you know? I think that's terrible. I think false accusations are terrible. But at the time, that was the story. Whether you like that or not, that was the truth at the time.
Which he did do again around the same time against another YouTuber and VTuber called Rev, where they got into a whole kerfuffle and made a video, which was removed recently, with a weird comment from Nux where if he was to do a video on Rev, with his influence and podcast, YouTube would probably take his channel down.
If I make a video roasting this dude on my main channel, YouTube will literally deplatform him. Like, YouTube actually watches my stuff, especially ever since I've been on the Some Ordinary podcast. YouTube has really been paying attention to like what we've been saying, and I'll be honest, if I would make a video on him on the main channel, I do think he'd get taken down for either bullying or the whole weird pedo stuff.
But a few months later, he would claim YouTube are actively suppressing him, which just contradicts his past claim, but he did apologize for this around 2 years later.
And some of the stuff that I said in my old stream that I foolishly uploaded on Nuxanor. And yeah, I was definitely out of pocket when I talked about Rev like 2-3 years ago, whenever the fuck that was.
But with the Tiger situation, it wasn't done yet, as Tiger thought it wasn't a good apology, because Nux claimed privately they would publicly clear the slate regarding Tiger, possibly with another video with Moist Critical. But the video or cleaning of the public slate never came.
This guy Bungo Taiga, and I apologized to him privately that.
Let me be clear. Let me check exactly what he said. If I do a sequel with Charlie, I was planning on it. I'll try to clear the record more publicly.
If anyway,
I'll also do more research. Again, I don't know right now, however, I'll try to rectify any extra damage I caused and hope you can accept my apology. This was in December 22nd.
And he did. He made a separate video. Is that like a grammar incoherence? Like, is there something that he said that he literally told him that he didn't do? Like, what? Hold on. Let rewind.
I apologized to him privately that.
Let me be clear. Let me check exactly what he said. If I do a sequel with Charlie, I was planning on it.
If I do a sequel with Charlie, I was planning on it, right? Not concrete. It's not a sure thing yet. It's likely, but it's not a sure thing. Okay. You get me? All right, you're following? Okay, good. Yeah. Next.
I'll try to clear the record more publicly. I'll also do more research. Again,
I'll clear the well, let me be as like precise as I can. Okay, I'll try to clear the record more publicly, and I'll also do more research. Right? It is still in context of when he makes, or if when he makes the video with Moist Critical, right? This is still the same context. This is still, if I do this video with Moist Critical, I'll try to clean the slate or clear the record, like he, said accurately, and I'll do more research. Right? You got me? Okay, good. Next.
I don't know right now, however, I'll try to rectify any extra damage I caused and hope you can accept my apology. This was in December.
Yeah. So I don't see what the issue here is, because he made the video, just not with Moist Critical. Maybe the problem here is that he wanted him to do it with Moist Critical, because there would be more eyes on the thing, I think. Honestly, I understand that. I totally do. However, does it matter? Like, these people now think you're a pedophile. Oh, wow. People that don't care about VTubers think that you're a pedophile. Like, who cares, bro? They're never gonna interact with you. They're never gonna see you. They're never gonna. We're gonna be a fan of you in the first place. The people that care will watch Nux's video on this drama later. The people that matter will find the correct information later on. You do understand that the misinformation is only terrible for the people when there's no rectifying information, right? If the information that is available is not correct, but there's no information that is correct, that is terrible. That is bad. But you have the proof that it was fake, and the people that will care will know about that. The people that don't care, they will not give a fuck. Like, I think that's very normal to think. Like, that's just you have to know, these are the sheep, all right? These guys, like, watch this video, like, haha, funny, right? And then, they learned about your existence, and then, unaccurately learned that you're a pedophile, right? Terrible. I'm not saying it wasn't. However, those people they don't matter. They really don't. Alright? They weren't gonna watch your streams. They weren't gonna interact with you anyways, because they didn't even know who you were. And, like, I don't know. End of story is, false allegations is not great. Maybe you should have, like, been more, I don't know, or less straightforward with it. Maybe you should have specified that from what is available right now, he is getting accused of being a pedophile. Maybe if he formulated like that, I think this would have been a less issue. I agree. I think the mess up was not the message, but how it was brought. But the fact that this person is still upset that about a message that he sent or got sent by Nux, talking about that he might do something and he didn't do something the way he said he would, but he eventually did what he said about the information clearing. I don't see the issue. I'm sorry. Like, I really don't.
November 22nd, 2022. 2022. He said he was going to make a sequel video with Moist Critical.
No, he said if I do. Language is specific, okay? If he said, I will do a video with Moist Critical, let's say next week, then you have a point. Alright? Then you have a point.
Video never came.
Now moving to 2024, Nux was still getting backlash for this mistake. People wanted him to take full accountability for this, with not just a pinned comment, not just a small segment on his podcast, and not just a private DM. And in 2024, he did apologize, saying it was the biggest fuck up of his career. in a video where he goes over the unjust banning of VTubers on YouTube and mentions Tiger, who was also banned on the platform. He does apologise for the situation, but adds he wasn't to blame for Tiger's deplatforming.
Yeah, but now people forced him to apologize. It doesn't matter, bro. He never wanted to apologize. He never felt like he should apologize, or more apologize more to the degree he already did, right? He already felt it was already sufficient enough. That's why he didn't do it. But now all these morons in the comments forced out an apology that he doesn't mean. Alright, because he already, in his head and his mind, already is convinced that he already did enough, right? Which I think I agree with that, right? But whatever, who cares what I think? The reason why he made this video is purely because people kept harassing him. Like, that's it. The people in the community, Tiger's community, no, he is not a pedophile. The majority probably already didn't believe the accusations in the first place. Like, I don't see the issue here at all. Like, the moment somebody questions it, they can find out the correct information. Like, I don't know, man. Whatever, let's just move on. Because this old...
I made a huge up.
Because he already covered this whole thing in his previous video, so I don't know why he covers it again, but whatever.
Without hyperbole, this was the biggest mistake of my career, and I am deeply, deeply sorry for spreading misinformation and for causing any undue hate to be sent Taiga's way. I am sorry for how I handled that. I'm sorry for how I said it. I have tried to do better since then, and I will continue to try to do better in the future.
Now, he apologized again. It should all go away now, right?
Yes, it should. Because if what else is he supposed to do? Like, genuinely, what else is he supposed to do? Rewind time? Like a Zawaradol type beat? No! Actually, you can't even rewind time with Zawaradol. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But like, I'm thinking of was there a character that can rewind time? I forgot. Probably was. But like, God. God, there's no... Listen what the problem is. People are not going to be happy with whatever he does. He can spend $1 million on this guy and people are not going to be happy about it. He can like rectify it on live TV. People are not going to be happy about it. He could literally engrave it into the moon and people will not be happy about the whole situation, alright? He can't convince them. He cannot please them because they just hate him. They hate him for whatever reason, right? Pick something. That's why this is still going on. That's the only reason. And because Tiger is still spiteful about the whole situation, which personally, I don't see why. But I'm not in his head. I don't know what his thoughts like, so I'm not gonna judge him on why he's still spiteful about the situation, right? The fact is, he's still spiteful, so his fans are still spiteful as well. He keeps on, like, drumming, the fight drums, you know? Like, he keeps on, like, bringing up past events, you know? It keeps it alive. He keeps this drama and hate alive, and it keeps continuing. And that's why I said, he can do whatever, right? It doesn't matter what he does. They're not gonna forgive him because they just hate him. They just hate him. And maybe some people will be rectified by some efforts that he could do, right? But not all of them. So you might as well just not bother at all. Alright?
Not really. Many viewed his apology as disingenuous.
Because it was. Because he got forced into it. He already did everything genuinely about... Yeah, the part out of the video, he privately, privately, fuck, I can't speak. He privately apologized to him, which, maybe the claim is wrong. He didn't really specify. He only like read out a certain section where he was talking about when he makes a video again, about the topic. There's no like, I am sorry or I apologize or whatever. So maybe he nitpicked. Maybe he started off with, I'm very sorry about this whole situation, blah, 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 blah. And then eventually the conversation ended in like, about the video and stuff, like what he's going to do to rectify everything. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't have no Twitter DMs of this person, okay? If he was, genuinely, if he genuinely cared about this whole situation, right? As much as he does, then he would release the DMs, right? Then you can see that he publicly, or not publicly, that he's secretly, no, not secretly, privately. Jesus, I'm so sorry, bro. So like, my brain, privately apologized for it or not, right? Anyway, now I really want to just get on with this, bro, because I've talked about this too many times now.
Due to the fact he made comments around the same time, previously contradicting the private apology, comments on the podcast, and pinned comment, so a lot of people thought all of his apologies he'd made were just disingenuous anyway.
Bro!
This is what I mean, bro. You're not gonna please them.
Right. I thought you cared about, stood up for small creators. I do. Especially when the small creators don't have sussy interactions in regards to minors.
And still to this day, this situation is levied against him. Now, Nux, contrary to popular belief, wasn't to blame directly for Tiger's deplatforming, but he was to blame for the spread of allegations at the time, and how he dealt with the situation, often apologizing, then going back on his word, then...
These allegations didn't span out because Nux made a video with fucking Voice Critical, bro. These allegations were already known before he made the video. This was already going rampant on Twitter before he made the video. Like, yes, more people would have eyes on the situation afterwards, but I think that was a good thing. All right, because at least I'm like this. I want to figure out why. Like, I don't immediately believe everything I read or see, right? I want to do my own research. I want to do my own due diligence and, try to exonerate this person in my mind, right? In any way, shape, or form. And if this person can't be, can't be helped or anything like that, right? Then, and it turns out, this is actually like real and stuff, right? Then yeah, it is great that he got exposed, right? But he turned out not to be one, and well, that's it. That's the end of the story. All right, like, that's life. Not everything is fair, That's just it.
And apologizing again. He all around did not deal with this situation very well, and it did have an effect on his reputation. Something the next controversy only a month...
So he didn't... What? He didn't do it well enough. But he doesn't give a solution. You know why? Because there's no solution. These people are gonna hate him regardless. Like I already described in my previous segment on this, like, you can engrave an apology onto the moon. All right? They're not gonna forgive him ever.
Flair would also do, and would receive 10 times more attention than any of his past controversies, with the most lukewarm scenario. And that is the Jaden Animations situation. Now, most people know who Jaden Animations is. She makes animated videos, mainly storytime videos, and even herself later became a VTuber. But this whole...
She was already a VTuber. Oh my god, can we stop doing this shit, bro? She was already a VTuber. She had a persona that was not her. That is a VTuber. Virtual YouTuber. Get it right, man. Fuck, please.
Controversy boils down to Nux that just changed his type of content to mainly just reaction-based content, which many popular content creators do, like Asmongold and Pyrocynical, the Mounting Ugly. And overall, But people had a problem with Nux due to the fact he started reacting to Jaden, and he would take the title or situation and involve himself in it.
Okay. So, Her title, right? I found out I have ADHD. Right? And his title, Chain Animation, and I found out we have ADHD. Okay, and? Is that it? Is that really the issue here?
With a title like Me and Jaden had a good 10 years on YouTube, or Jaden Animations talks to me about dating.
That is what she does, doesn't he? Like, she makes a YouTube video which is public, and she talks to the audience. The audience in this part is Nux Taku. So him saying that he like what? People actually have an issue with this?
Or me and Jaden forgot to file our taxes and the IRS found us. Stuff like that.
We? Who's we? There is no we.
It made it look like they were doing a collab of sorts.
Okay.
I don't think there's any recorded event of them interacting, but people were not happy with this and a whole bunch of hate was sent to Nux.
Wow, really? Really? Oh my god, bro. This some loser shit, man. This some loser shit, I swear to god.
Especially with the perceived reputation he already had. Someone made a fake response from Jaden, which many believed, essentially telling him to fuck off. Someone made a Google Chrome extension, which adds him to every YouTube video.
Yes! I downloaded one, that was funny. That was a hilarious one, bro. Oh, man.
Ratioed Mr.
Also, there's another one. Wait. Let's see if I still have it. Yeah, they made an update to it. To 49. It doesn't really matter that much. He also, like, has voices now.
Forgot to file our taxes and the IRS found us.
It's something about, like, whenever... hold on, let me check. Takes every YouTube video starting with I, replace it with we, right? So... Okay, he didn't have it. So that doesn't really help. And adds Nux Taku in the thumbnail, right? So if I would do this, well, it's already in the thumbnail, but I guess that doesn't work. Then takes every YouTube video starting with I, replace with we, and adds Nux Taku. Also works with me, my, mine. Like at all, please use it on own risk. And I think it also like does voice things. At least.
But people had a problem with Nux due to the fact he started reacting to Jaden, and he would take the title or situation and involve himself in it. With a title like Jaden had a
there it is! There it is! There it is!
Title or situation and involve himself in it. With a title like Jaden had a good 10 years on YouTube. Or Jaden Animations talks to dating.
Oh man, hilarious, man. Oh, okay, but I'm gonna turn it off now because it's really annoying. But bro, how do I turn it off again? I forgot. Oh, here it is. Yeah, live enables live dubbing, and sidechain compression. And every thumbnail... Oh, I turned off the thumbnail. Oh, I kind of want to see it, though. I kind of want to see the thumbnail again. Only use the what the fuck thumbnail. Only use effect cards. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me refresh. Okay, it doesn't work with this extension. But yeah, look at my playlist, bro. It is full of him now. Oh man, whoever made that extension is a fucking genius, man. Oh, it's funny. Oh, it's funny. Okay, now let's turn it back off again. Oh man. Okay, so I had to restart my old browser real quick because it didn't want to turn off. Cool.
And involve taxes and the IRS found us. Stuff like that.
We?
People were not happy with this, and a whole bunch of hate was sent to Nux, especially with the perceived reputation he already had. Someone made a fake response from Jaden, which many believed, essentially telling him to fuck off. Someone made a Google Chrome extension which adds him to every YouTube video, and someone ratioed Mr. Beast with a meme and he took credit for it. People made a Teen Titans Go Google Chrome extension which adds him to every YouTube video, and someone ratioed Mr.
Somebody ratioed Mr.
Beast with a meme and he took
credit for it? What you mean? Is that it, really? Oh my god, he lied about ratioing Mr. Beast. If it's even true. Hopefully he goes into detail about it, what he said specifically, because this sounds like cap.
Credit for it. People made a Teen Titans Go reference with it, which was "and Bumblebee," which he assumed was just kids making fun of him.
I'm getting canceled by Teen Titans Go children. I'm being canceled by toddlers. It's amazing.
Even though Teen Titans Go, yes, it is a bad sequel to Teen Titans, but it is pretty old now, and I think it aired quite a while ago when I was a toddler. But people that didn't know who Nux was before this just thought he was the Jaden Animations guy now, which I don't know if it's good PR or bad PR. But to be honest, he was just doing what every other React channel does, albeit changing the title slightly. I don't know why he chose Jaden. He wasn't framing any other titles like this, and he had already been doing it as far back as 2 years ago. But it was just reaction videos, which many people watch, so they don't feel alone watching YouTube in their dark, dingy basement. But anyway.
Damn. That's crazy, dude. Personally, I don't think reaction videos are... Listen, I have a really different view on reaction videos, right? I mean, I make reaction videos, obviously, right? I'm fully aware about this concept. I mean, look at this. Like, I'm watching a video for like 20 minutes. It's already an hour long. Like, I can talk, right? Anyway, my definition of reaction videos isn't watching a video. It is giving active commentary, active opinions, and just reactive kind of like content. You know, maybe like, oh, you know, like whatever, like something cool happens, right? But like a video like this that's very commentary heavy, it's just me waiting until I hear something that I can talk about or want to talk about. Then I give my criticism or opinions or whatever, and then I move on. And I know a lot of people hate that, because I've gotten so many comments about people saying that don't pause the video, stop talking, you know, all that. And to that I say, listen, bro, there's plenty of people that react to some video by just looking at it and doing and like not giving any like any like commentary or like thought-provoking comments or anything like that, you know. And if that's not your cup of tea, then don't watch my videos, right? Like I think that's very clear, because my videos are exactly the opposite of what you want. All right, that's why I don't want to like put myself in as a reaction channel. I am not a reaction channel. All right, because reaction channels are people that are just gonna watch the video and like haha, laugh and move on, right? No, I'm more of a commentary channel, in my opinion, right? Anyway.
Now, the last controversy, yes, we're almost there. I know I've taken up a majority of your time, but let's...
So far, all of this is nothing burgers, bro. No crimes, no nothing. It's very boring.
Let's be honest, that time playing War Thunder or Dead by Daylight wouldn't have been time well spent, now would it? So shut up. But the last one, and probably the most impactful, was basically surrounding Lolly. Now, the topic of Lolly has been debated for years now, especially within the anime community.
Yeah.
On one side, you have people that argue Lolly characters in anime or VTubing is only an aesthetic thing focused on characters that are small or have a specific body type.
Yeah, there are women that have a small chest, and they're not very tall. That is correct. Absolutely.
A key example used by this side is Rebecca from Cyberpunk, which was a whole different controversy back then, but she did absolutely balled on in the anime. And on the other side, people say they are depictions of children, and if you sexualize them, you are a predator, with the example.
It depends. I think there's nuance to this whole conversation. I think I believe both sides. I think there's some versions that are completely, totally normal, right? And then there's the pedophile version of lollies, right? So, anyway, let's hear what's this. Started that she is still 13 years old. Stated, not started. Okay. So she's 13 years old. Okay, cool.
Well, some anime characters seen in that light are underage. But how does this relate to Nux? Well, Nux was heavily against lolly publicly, saying along the lines, if you like lolly or sexualize it, you are a predator. However...
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I really think there's a lot of nuances to this, but I think it's also very opinionated and subjective. Personally.
Many took a look back at Nux's history with some of the content and thumbnails, some of which have been deleted and changed over the years. Many cited he had straight up involved lolly sexually in his thumbnails or suggested such themes in his content. Even at one point he had a series where he would straight up show anime porn to other influencers to get their reaction.
He has the same facial expression as Tom, bro. Whoever made this needs to be in jail.
What, where we...
Yeah, we already saw this. I don't know if it's the same video, same guy, but I already read through this whole thing, to this whole controversy. And basically, it is back when people just watched Boku no Pico on YouTube. It's the same thing. I'm sorry, bro. It is the same exact goddamn thing, okay? Different times, different morals, different standards, okay? Just move on, bro.
What were we doing back then in those days of content? Jesus. Even showed hentai that was considered lolly to his fellow co-host, Mudaha.
This is a hentai? First rule, hug your little sister every day.
Okay, it's fine, okay. It's just hug her for at least 10 seconds. There's nothing wrong with the hug. Yeah, it's fine.
No, the third rule isn't any weirder, so you don't have to worry.
Oh.
But he was mainly being called out for being a hypocrite due to the thumbnails and the videos.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, hypocrite, it is, listen, being a hypocrite is sometimes bad, sometimes good, sometimes it's not important to be a hypocrite. Sometimes people claim or label people as hypocrites even though they just changed their minds. So regardless of you think he's hypocritical because he used to use something like lollies in his thumbnails or videos, right? And he is now against it. Or he was always against it, but he used it anyways. Like, yeah, I mean, honestly, being a hypocrite is not the worst thing to be, bro. I swear to God. Like, people that care about being a hypocrite, they already, like, trying to degrade you, or, like, they already have a hatred for you about certain sections of you, okay? People aren't going to inherently hate you just because you turn out to be a hypocrite about some very meaningless thing, right?
What made things significantly worse at the time was the Ava Chris Tyson allegations, where Ava was a supporter of Shadman, an infamous character online that drew NSFWR, and more notably drew NSFWR of Keemstar's daughter at the time, who was underage, which everyone viewed as fucking disgusting.
No, actually they didn't, because everyone hated Keemstar, so their hatred justified the actions of this person. But now, in retrospect, people still hate Keemstar, but not as much anymore, I think. It is more of like, oh, he's just some dude I don't like. You know, it's not really, there's still people that hate him, obviously. But he's a pretty chill guy now, recently, honestly. Like, he hasn't really gone into, like, much controversy, just like previous years. But regardless, the reason why people didn't really care that much back then is, well, obviously different times, right? Time changes, morals changes, norms changes, whatever, right? And what was accepted back then, or, you know, wasn't widely known about. It's also a factor. There's a lot of factors to this, but regardless, there was a lot of people that actually didn't care because they hated Keemstar, right? Which is bad, okay? It was a terrible thing to do. I don't condone this. I think I've watched the video about Shadman too. It's been a minute, I don't know when. And well, I think it was like also a Chris Tyson related video. But regardless, and I eventually came to the conclusion of like, that was really bad, obviously, right? And I think doing that is very, very bad, and you know, we shouldn't do it. Plain and simple. But anyway, so yeah, bad, but people justify it because they hated Keemstar, right? Anyway, continue.
But after the whole Ava Chris Tyson story, a post was made showing all the creators that associate with or endorse Shadman, and Nux was listed, where he previously included Shadman's art in his thumbnails, which he did change a few days after the video was released a few years ago.
Remember the video that I talked about that had a Shadman art in the thumbnail and I changed it? And people kept saying that, no, I don't believe you that you changed the thumbnail back 3 years ago. You probably just changed it right now. Game of Thrones memes are fucked up. Last updated thumbnail 11/24/2020. This thumb.
He asked him for a collaboration where Nux's excuse was he was going to make fun of him.
People are making this as some sort of I am supporting him and I'm trying my best to become friends with Shadman, this monster.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid if you know my content at all.
Mm-hmm.
I troll confront people when I collab the same way you do, talking to Keemstar, on LolCow, and if you watch my videos, you know that. I don't mind if you hate me, but at least hate me for the right reasons.
And at one point, he even had direct contact with Shadman, where multiple videos resurfaced of him talking about the DMs.
I'm trying to make his. Yes, I did get DM'd by Shadman every once in a while, back in the day, rarely. I would just wake up out of the blue and boom, I'd have a Shadman DM, and I would literally make fun of him for those DMs later. Man, that's a weird, yeah. And,
that's a way to start a sentence.
That's a way to start a sentence. And he has some interesting takes on Gardevoir.
He can keep them. I don't think I need to hear them.
Yeah, they're weird. Dude, honestly, it was the weirdest conversation I've ever had in my life. Like, through DMs. I didn't speak to him, like, voice, but it was the weirdest conversation I've ever had.
And even one video where he says he doesn't want to get him in trouble.
Shadman once, it was the weirdest interaction of my life. Like, that dude... May actually open up the DMs. Let me see if I can find anything funny he said. Oh my god, I can't even read you most of this. I can't even, oh my god, I literally can't read any of this to you. I really want to show them to you, but I don't want to, like, show you anything that I can't reveal. Like, I don't want to actually get him in trouble. It's just, like, yeah.
But Nux clarifies he never knew about the Keemstar Shadman thing. Now, it's been unclear.
Which could be the case, right? I mean, he makes a lot of art.
If Nux was ever going to actually roast Shadman if he did a video with him, or if he truly didn't know about what Shadman was doing, but the fact he had direct contact with someone like Shadman, many still viewed as incriminating, even though in his own words he was just making fun of him. In his response, he also said he regrets a lot of his previous content and the involvement of Lolly in them, and he has always been against Lolly.
It wasn't a review of LollyCon. That's obviously bad faith. Probably one of the most bad faith ways to...
I mean, you're talking about an artist that popped off the map because he, what was it again? It was like a Disney... Was it a Disney film? Incredibles. Yes. This cartoon, this 18+ cartoon from the Incredibles, right? You might have seen them back then in, like, I don't know. It's been a minute, man. Like, maybe like 2018. Like, it's been a minute since that released. I don't even know how old it is right now, but that's kind of when he, like, started to gain traction because his art is really good, right? You can say a lot about Shadman, but you cannot tell him that he's a bad artist because he's not. He's an incredible artist. He has a very lot of talent, right? But yeah, I don't know. It is possible, unlikely. It is having contact with Shadman bad? per se. I don't know. This is the same thing with when people said, "Oh well, Hassan took a terrorist on his live stream," right? Which inherently, in my opinion, doesn't mean that it's bad, because the news also does opposing views kind of interviews, right? Like mainstream media has like conversations with like Jordan Peterson, for example, right? He's not even close to being terrorist, of course, right? But I'm just trying to point the narrative. Like the local media also has like, okay, well, this is a conversation between, for example, the left, the right, feminists, what's the other one called? I don't know, male feminists? I don't fucking know. You know, like that kind of thing. So, if he wanted to make a video with Shadman, I bet it would have popped off. I mean, it definitely would have. But I don't know. People say, oh, he was friends with him. Can you really be friends with somebody you don't even know? Like, he just sends him porn now and then, right? Maybe they like goon to some of them. Like, who knows, right? We don't know what happened, but I don't know. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't view it as bad, right? As far as I know, right? I don't know what they talked about, what he sent him. You know, I know nothing about that, right? But I don't think I would view it as bad.
Twist what actually happened I've ever heard. Now, I have said in the past, and I'll say it again, I do regret making a lot of those old videos. I have literally always been against the lolly. I made old videos where I found, like, crazy hentai, and I showed them to people for shock value.
Yeah.
These hentai videos are on YouTube also, and I reacted to a YouTube video, being like, this is crazy that this came out of Japan and is literally on YouTube. So, anyway, it was a little wild. I invited a lot of people to the call. Obviously, no one thought it was weird. People had eyeballs. I mean, everyone thought that the content was weird.
A lot of the controversy just boils down to Nux saying he hated something, but he was involving it in his content and was actively showing it to people, and he also shouldn't have had ties with someone making terrible NSFW art, even if he was going to make fun of him. Now, this is where the controversy stood for some time, but then the post-Nux clarity hit for Mudaha a few months
God, that video was a shit show.
later, which, to give him credit, is a good title. But Mudaha made a video basically saying he was distancing himself from Nux due to some feedback he got from Reddit.
But to go back to it, Nux Taku is a former collaborator, a former friend of mine, and I mean really a former friend of mine, because some of the stuff that I've seen over here is disgusting enough that I really can't continue a friendship, and I really can't, like, again, excuse some of my behavior watching some of this content.
He said
it was a flimsy friendship to begin with then, honestly.
They had no more business relations and they were no longer friends due to things like the Tiger situation, the Shadman situation, and the Lolly involvement, which he had some part in and showed remorse for it.
But in this situation, I just wanted to provide you the context of all of this, right? This wasn't us sitting together watching Loli, just on like the off time. This is a collaboration for one of Nux's main channel videos. And at the time, really nobody thought about it.
Yep.
But we should have. It really did blindside me. There was a bias, call it, friendship bias, call it, there was other creators working on it, but really it was something that I was putting up a blind spot to, and I'm not using that as an excuse. I really shouldn't have done that collaboration, and I really shouldn't have watched that content, and if any way contributed to normalizing it.
He's talking about like he committed a crime, bro. It's so stupid. You did a silly video reacting, getting shock value reactions. Like, come on, bro. Like, bro is like, I shouldn't have killed him. I shouldn't have eaten his corpse. I shouldn't have pulled off his toenails and displayed them in a museum. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you didn't do all that, all right? You just watch a video about some hentai, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, it's not that deep.
And he went on to say he didn't know about Nux's content and he was naive to some of the things he took part in.
Wait, you showed more in those videos?
But in this video, he was basically taking accountability for his involvement. But then deleted the video.
Yep.
Citing he was overreacting, and he apologized to Nux, and they are still friends.
Muda deleted his video, posted a community post, and then called me, and apologized.
Many thought this was disingenuous of Mutaha taking accountability then walking it back, and he did receive a lot of flack for this, many citing that wearing the Christian medallion was giving off some gamma radiation and probably skewed his judgment due to this.
Again, it's just... Back in the day, things were acceptable that aren't acceptable now because people got pussy, alright? People just became fucking pussies, man. Like, everything is insensitive, everything is fucking too edgy, everything is phobic, something like, Jesus Christ, bro. I hate the fucking social economics for social media right now, man. It's so fucking stupid, bro. Nothing that's like edgy or like or anything like something which would been perfectly fine like 10 years ago suddenly is no longer okay. Like, Jesus Christ, jokes cannot be made anymore. Like, you can do nothing anymore, man. Jesus.
And many
people are mad about the word trap, for God's sakes. People call retard the R slur. Like, Jesus Christ, grow the fuck up.
He said he was just throwing Nux under the bus, who was supposedly his friend, so he didn't have to deal with the Reddit hate. Mutaha probably should have thought a lot more about this before making the video, but the two of them made up anyway, apparently. But the fallout of this video was a lot of the previous stuff being brought up again against Nux, and other people like Chud Logic were affected when they were told contradicting things by Mutaha and reported on it.
My boots have been pissed on, and I've been told that it's raining, right? It is 100% without question that Mutaha did say to me, okay, he did say to me that it was ending because of Nux Taku and the Shaman connection, and then later changed that.
But overall, a lot of content creators before the post-Nux Clarity video and after did start to distance themselves from Nux.
I love me some chaos now and again, but it was a pretty rough moment there.
So in conclusion, does Nux deserve the reputation of the most hated VTuber? Look.
No. No. I've seen someone hate VTubers. This is not even close.
Looking at all the controversies, he tried to do the right thing with the V Shoujo situation, and the Jaden Animations thing was just kind of a joke. But due to his own actions, like contradicting himself at times or going back on what he says and taking no...
Wow, he's not perfect! Jesus. Who knew? Human isn't perfect. Wow, crazy.
Accountability, except for sometimes years later, it has led to a lot of people hating him. So yes, he does somewhat deserve that title, mostly due to his past controversies and the
From all the VTubers, you're calling him one of the worst? What? Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy work.
Public perception of him. But in the present, I predict we probably won't see any more dramas from Nux.
That's funny.
Probably wrong. Nowadays, dude is just
absolutely
politics and Adventure Time, and yes, he does get a lot of hate for his political takes, but I'm in no way political or have any knowledge on politics. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and bye-bye.
I mean, one could argue that making this video was already politics, because you're discussing human interactions. You're dissecting how he viewed certain things and what he did. That is essentially politics. It's just social politics. Social politics. Let me pull it up, just, you know, to make it as clear as possible. Here we go. Here, social politics refers to the set of policies and actions aimed at protecting social and communal aspect of life from the influence of the market, particularly in context in industrial capitalism. And what is a YouTuber? It is essentially a business. It is capitalism. He is discussing politics. But I get what he means by I'm not political. He's not talking about like stuff from the left, the right, whatever, right? All those controversies and stuff, right? The mainstream politics. I get what you mean by that, but technically this video was very political. But that doesn't matter, okay? Anyway, that was the video. Wow, I made it 1 hour and 30 minutes. What a surprise. I made it very long. Wow, what a surprise. Okay, anyway, the most hated VTuber, not by a long shot. Nux Taku, he can be problematic. He can be a bit unhinged at times. I fully agree on that statement. He's nowhere near perfect. He has made mistakes in his past, obviously. But from the VTubers you covered so far, which I've seen, you really say the most, like, what? Crazy, bro, crazy. Oh, anyway, love him or hate him. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and that's about it. Take care.